All right. So thank you for staying with us. We're right back, and we were right in the middle of our discussions about the African Senior Table Tennis Championship in Morocco when we went on that break. And I was telling you about the state of funding. I don't know. I'm tired of always giving an excuse that no recession is going on, there are no funds. But there should be a way for us to be able to meet up to our responsibility as a country for these players, for Funke Oshinaike, who's been doing this for so many years. And I mean, in our post on our wall, he said, as a veteran, as somebody who has been involved for so many years, she's been trying to rally the young ones together, tell them why they need to be in it, fight for Nigeria. But every time she keeps monstering that kind of support, they fall her hand, so to say.
And you know,
falling of hand.
And the younger ones will get very scared. I mean, they will be scared. They don't want to push up anymore. You know, like I said before we went on the break. I mean, it's only like we all know there's allocation for the Federation for the Sport Ministry. Are they getting it? No. I mean, we can also.
No, you can't be sure that they're not getting it.
No, so if they are getting it, they should have enough cash to run their programs. Every time we've gotten this from the Federation, that they don't have money to go for tournament. And the ministry hasn't come out any time to say, no, we've given them money.
No, but guys, let us situate it. Let us balance it appropriately. Oh yeah, I know you always like to go against some of the things that I say, particularly in defense of the sports ministry. Sometimes, yes, the sports ministry has made a budget for these events, but are you sure that the money has been approved to them? It's another issue. Whether the money has been approved to them from the federal government is a different issue altogether. We know what has been happening.
Make statement. I mean, they should take responsibility for all this.
Is it approval or release? Since you are now playing advocate for the minister.
Approval before release.
Is it approval?
This will happen.
If the money has been approved, yes, it will be released.
So you can now source for.
You can now source for funds. That's what every right-thinking Nigerian should do. You know, Tony, you went for a World Cup qualifier recently. You know, if I'm not mistaken, you went to Zambia, and the minister was part of that delegation. Why are they treating other sports as athletes from in other sports as orphans?
And there was a lot of statement about the Super Eagles when they travel.
Yes,
how they ensure they get funds.
Why can't the minister, you know, accompany the table tennis players to Morocco? You know, recently I saw his tweet where he was somewhere, I think in Japan. You know, so why is football giving more priority? Why is football giving more priority? We are playing qualifiers for the World Cup. This championship in Morocco
it's like
qualifiers for the World Cup.
You are right.
We shouldn't be talking of a lack of funds, for goodness sake. Look at the embarrassment we are getting from this shoddy arrangement where Funke Oshinaike, she shouldn't be treated with such levity. A veteran player who has been to several Olympic Games, Segun Toriola, this citizen should be treated, you know, with a VIP treatment. You don't go to a tournament and you just discover that you have been walked over for a team event, you know, and you don't have your teammates are not on ground. So you know, it's embarrassing. It brings Nigeria into disrepute. So you see, the problem is that like I said, we gloss over issues. You know, for instance, who is going to take responsibility for this shoddy arrangement? Nobody's going to take responsibility. And when it happens, the athletes will be blamed. You know, so I think it's not good enough to him. And the ministry should be alive to their responsibilities.
Okay, all right. We'd like to hear from you. It's Austin Okonakpan is on leave, but he's with us because I've seen his tweet. He says that in the last 2 years, table tennis in Nigeria has done so well, and that's very true. The first African to play in the quarterfinals of the Olympic Games is from Nigeria. Our ranking, everything around table tennis in Nigeria in the last 2 years has been on the up. But it's a pity the ministry. He says, why can't the Ministry of Sports just support the entity? And he says it's a shame.
Yeah, that's the point we're trying to make. I think we shouldn't have so much on building personalities. Mr. Enitoshori has done so well for Nigerian Table Tennis Federation.
But I'm worried because
what happens
if he leaves? When he leaves,
in fact, he has not.
He's able to spend his own funds.
He has not left. He's tired of spending his. I'm sure the man is broke by now, and we have found ourselves in this situation. So we should be looking at institutionalizing structures, so that whether this person is there or not, the athletes can get good preparation and go for tournaments. No, we shouldn't be hearing such stories to him.
And it boils down to the structure from the ministry.
Very true. Very true.
All right, let me read a few comments on Twitter. Joseph Dunku, who is watching us from the United Kingdom, says, sad for our table tennis, this issue of no funds is becoming tiring. Is it when these players defect that we will wake up and it's going to come to that
some of our players who switched allegiance to Congo Brazzaville.
Did because of things like
Congo Brazzaville, and before the last All African Games, my table tennis correspondent in my office told me that most of them who switched allegiance were in China for over a year preparing for the All African Games. So how did Congo Brazzaville get money to fund table tennis players?
These are serious issues. These are serious issues, and when it gets to the point, I mean, at some point, you won't be able to stop these players, these table tennis players, from defecting if things like this continue. But we hope that we can put our house in order. Israel Akinlawo, talking about Izu Joseph, he says, was the life of Izu Joseph insured by 3SC? He says most of our clubs in Nigeria have no insurance policy for their players, and it's very bad. But I'm aware of the fact that the league management company were putting something in place for insurance for the players. But the problem about it for me is that insurance is usually around the football pitch. There's always a clause. The football pitch, injuries, maybe when you are traveling for an official game. That's what insurance is all about. But off-season, I don't know if there's a covering for the way Izu was killed. I'm not sure.
The insurance companies are in business. They are not for the Christians.
So there's
always a clause.
Yeah, but I think we need to find out more about what the insurance policy. But knowing what it is,
it's always going to be difficult.
It's always going to be difficult. But the way Izu was killed, for the only kind of justice we can get is to bring the person that did it. Bring the person to book. For me. All right. Okay. Let's go on now and talk about tennis. Not table tennis now, tennis. The Governors' Cup has ended in Lagos. Not too good for Nigeria. But the Commissioner for Sports, or the Chairman of the Lagos State Sports Commission, Deji Tinubu, is confident that one day will be one day a Nigerian will be holding the trophy. And he's talking about tennis development in Nigeria. So let's pause, listen to Deji Tinubu. We'll be back with more on Sports Tonight.
I think it was a little bit more competitive than last year. A lot more interesting. It's a shame that he only went to 2 sets. We're looking forward to 3 sets. But, you know, it just shows how far this competition has come and the quality of players that are beginning to come to this competition. So at the end of the day, it just all goes well for this competition and for Lagos in particular. It's one of the things that's on the table that we're looking at. But, you know, even in having an academy, yes, you can have the structure, but, you know, we have to be very, very honest. Do we have the technical expertise? So that's what we're looking at now. You know, it may not be in this country. You know, so in setting up an academy, you need to look at everything.
All right, so that's Deji Tinubu, Chairman, Lagos State Sports Commission, talking about the development of tennis in Nigeria. We'll look forward to next year. You heard him. The tournament this year was a lot more competitive. Some Nigerians were able to pull through to some of the crucial rounds. So we are hoping that next year it will even be better from the Nigerian perspective. Guys, let's talk football very quickly. Let's talk about the women. The Falconets are in camp. They're training. They're really sweating it out. Coach Peter Ledewo is confident that the Falconets will go to the World Cup, Papua New Guinea, and try to do better than they've ever done. One step better will be winning, really. Yeah, but it's a tough ask.
It will, because, you know, we got to the final before, and then.
But as the student Kano and Awelawa, they refuse to show up.
Yeah, really, it shows that discipline. I mean, he had issues, you know, making a lot of statements. A couple of days back, that most of the players in camp, and, you know, clubs should endeavor to release them. But I mean, it was a mixed reaction, because the players also, the teams also have right to keep the players for their own, you know, team ambition also. But I mean, I really don't know if this team is getting enough preparation, because I think if you're going to play in a World Cup tournament, camping in Abuja is not enough. I mean, the federation should do a bit more to push this team in terms of friendly games, because it's not going to be enough for you when you play teams in Abuja, or you play boys team in Abuja. Maybe 1 week or 2 weeks camping abroad and then allow them to engage into top friendly games to put them in shape for the World Cup. But like I said, when the Falcons were going to the World Cup, I don't think I'll put much pressure on them. The Flamingos, I beg your pardon. I want them to go there and enjoy the atmosphere, because I don't think we can win.
You can't. Oh yeah, is this going to be our worst ever, like the Flamingos? And also the senior team are also training, also in Abuja. They're just managing to put things together and go out there and do the nation proud in Morocco for the Falcons.
Pretty difficult. So you can't really begin to assess the team, because let's call a spade a spade. Yeah. They've not prepared well, But when you look at the records of
the Falcons, the AWC is next month.
Yeah, AWC is next month. The Under-20 World Cup is around the corner in Papua New Guinea. Have they, Falcons and Falconers, have they prepared well? I don't think so, Tony. But
they're sweating it out every day in Abuja.
Yeah, sweating it out. You're not going to play.
Maybe for the Falcons, they just resume. But Falconets have spent how many weeks in camp?
Yeah, you're not going to play a league game. You are playing, the best in the world. Yep. And at under-20 level, they are already established internationals playing for their countries. Yep. So
playing their leagues.
It's not an easy task. But the Devil has shown that he has a pedigree. He has played in the final before. He has also played in the semi-final. Let's see how he's able to navigate. But if you ask me, we have not really given them much, so we shouldn't expect much from this team.
And in line with your adage, give as the country has given to you, so you should give back to give back to Nigeria what Nigeria has given you. What about the Falcons? Are you expecting so much from the Falcons? They're really sweating it out day in, day out. Florence Omagbemi and our crew.
Is the AWC African Women?
We are defending champions.
African Women Champions. We are defending champions.
You were at the last edition.
Yes, I was in Namibia when we won. I think I brought some luck to the team, but. I'm not going to be in Cameroon. But you see, on the African continent, we have the players. I think if they are able to play as a team, and if the team, the gels, because I learned they have invited a few foreign-based professionals, just 8, which is good enough, allow them to gel and train very well. Well, Florence Omagbemi has shown that she has a future with the team. So let's give them a chance. Perhaps they can go there and defend. But we must also be wary of other teams. Other teams coming to the competition. Especially Cameroon. We played them in the final. Maybe now they are hosting.
They are playing at home. South Africa beat Egypt 3-1 in a friendly. They are playing friendlies. South Africa beat Egypt 3-1 in a friendly over the weekend.
You can understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, they're playing friendlies.
I mean, it's not enough games.
We just train, and no friendly games.
Actually, for the Falcons, if you want them to win, if you want them to do well, yes, we are not winning every time, but we don't go into a tournament and go there and disgrace ourselves. I mean, so we need to plan well. I mean, they should get games. They should get games, get top friendly games to play. 2 or 3 games should be enough to prepare the team.
Okay, we wish Florence Omagbemi and Chejene and everybody concerned with the team. We wish them the very best of luck and hope that they can put a smile on our face when they go to the African Women Championship in Cameroon next month. Guys, let's step up. Let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And we want to focus on Super Eagles players in Europe, but we'll do that when we return from the break. Let me spend the few minutes, about a minute, to read your tweets before we go on the break. When we return from the break, we'll be talking about the Super Eagles. Lasun Ladipo Bada says, when our clubs struggle to pay the basic salaries of their players, how will they be able to take care of issues like insurance? But, I don't know what you guys feel about it.
The insurance policy is different.
Yeah, it is.
It's just if we are more organized. There are a lot of insurance companies who want to do business. If they are more, you pay some premium. It's not hard. Even the players can be brought into paying part of their addition as a premium. Knowing fully well that if anything happens, they stand to benefit. So
for emergencies like this,
it's not about organization. It doesn't have anything to do with a lot of funding.
All right. This tweet says that the Governors' Cup is a good thing. It puts us on the world map for tennis. Yeah, it's a ranking tournament, and we are hoping that Nigerian players will take advantage of it and be able to measure up. The green and gold says the death of Izu Joseph could deter good players and foreign players from playing in the MPFL. All right, let's go on that break now. We'll come back. There's still plenty more to talk about on Sports Tonight. Join us again.